We can't deny that the future is all about space exploration and space supremacy. In today's world, space supremacy is critical. And we all know that space agencies are doing all the hard work and adjustments to lead the space race. But wait, of course, we need a solid spacecraft to get to the planets and for further exploration. While all the agencies are working on spacecrafts, Elon Musk's SpaceX is winning the spacecraft race as they are making the most powerful spacecraft ever. I'm talking about the Starship. If you want to know why Starship is the best spacecraft ever made, watch this video till the end. However, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Technology Fit and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now without further ado, let's get into this. SpaceX is developing the Starship Spacecraft, a fully reusable two-stage super heavy launch system. The framework is made up of two stages. Now, the first one is a booster stage which is called Super Heavy. On the other hand, the second stage is called Starship itself. Let me tell you that the Starship's second stage is being designed to be a long-duration cargo and passenger-carrying spacecraft, which is unusual for a traditional spacecraft. The development of the Starship vehicle began back in the year 2016 as a private spacecraft project. Yes, SpaceX has other heavy rockets such as Falcon. However, the Starship is superior because of its massive power and ability to get to Mars. When it comes to performance and engine, the Starship is a fully reusable system with at least 28 sea-level Raptors. Here, it is worth mentioning that the first stage has a total thrust of 15 million pounds. In comparison, the second stage of the Starship is powered by 3 sea-level and 3 vacuum Raptors with a total thrust of 2.7 million pounds. Isn't it amazing? Moreover, the powerful Starship can carry 100 tons to low orbit. It has a thrust-to-weight ratio of 155:1 and a chamber pressure of 9.7 MPa, and the Raptor has a thrust-to-weight ratio of 200 and a maximum chamber pressure of 33 MPa. You might also want to note that Cargo Starship has a maximum passenger capacity of 100 people and a pressurized cabin space of 1,100 cubic meters. The Starship can transport astronauts where no other spacecraft can, and its fairing is 9 meters wide and 18 meters high, compared to 5.2 meters wide and 13.2 meters high, allowing it to transport more cargo. The Starship is more effective and the cost per ton to orbit is lower, more reusable and capable. It will also be human certified, which SpaceX does not intend to do for the Falcon Heavy for the time being. However, the Starship has yet to be certified and time is limited, even though the Starship introduces many new technologies such as methane for orbital refilling. Despite this, SpaceX intends to build hundreds of Starships for Earth-to-Moon mass missions and International Space Station missions, and it already has a production line. However, only 3 Falcon Heavies have been launched as of today. SpaceX's Starship strategy is straightforward: build, launch, test, and improve. Let me tell you that SpaceX is preparing to run test prototypes regularly, stating the data gathered as a successful part of the overall process. The Starship design experience is different in the spacecraft industry due to its allowance for failures, willingness to build flight articles in public, and the rapid rhythm of prototype installation. Before taking to the skies, Starship prototypes go through a series of tests on the launch pad. These include the engine's atmospheric pressure test, cooling proof test, and dynamic fire. During the pressure and temperature test, the rocket fuel tanks of the test article are filled with harmless air temperature nitrogen gas. The test looks for leaks, validates basic vehicle valve and drainage effectiveness, and ensures structural integrity. Following the ambient temperature pressure test, the vehicle's oxygen and methane tanks are loaded with liquid nitrogen for the cryogenic proof test. Moreover, this also tests structural stability but adds the hurdle of heat transfer to ensure that the Starship can load, hold, and offload super cold liquids safely. The prototype to arrive at the test stand with engines already configured was Starship SN9. A hydraulic machine was attached to the thrust puck in previous test articles with thrust structures to simulate the thrust of 1, 2 or 3 Raptor engines. The cooling proof test was passed by Starship SN4, the first full-scale prototype. In the last, a strategic test fire is carried out by loading liquid oxygen and liquid methane into the Raptor engines and briefly firing them while the Starship is held down on the test stand. SpaceX's Starship rockets are made of stainless steel rather than copper or other materials. The primary reason Starship is trying to use stainless steel is its temperature tolerance. The entire concept of Starship is to be a future space vehicle, which means it will be exposed to both sub-zero temperatures and burning temperature changes as it climbs and flows down into orbital atmospheres. Elon Musk's company has been successful by winning NASA's trust and investment, as NASA has chosen Starship as the vehicle to land people on the moon as part of the agency's Artemis program, which is scheduled to happen in 2024. NASA will pay SpaceX no more than $2.9 billion over the next few years to develop Starship for the moon, money that will be matched and possibly exceeded by funds from SpaceX itself. SpaceX will fly Starship to the lunar surface without a crew at least once before transporting astronauts, according to the terms of the program. Although NASA is currently performing a review of the entire Artemis program, the Commission says there is still a possibility that the mission could take place in 2024. Investing in Starship will assist NASA in returning to the moon, but it will also accomplish something more significant. A Mars ship is referred to as a Starship. By selecting Starship for the moon, NASA is investing in the Starship program itself, providing SpaceX with funding for the same technology and systems required to reach the Red Planet, a true moon-to-Mars strategy if there ever was one. This is not a risk-free decision. NASA previously chose at least 2 agencies to provide commercial cargo and crew transportation to the International Space Station in order to maintain competition, control costs, and guarantee success. NASA is putting all of its eggs in one basket by selecting only SpaceX. However, SpaceX has previously accomplished its NASA agreements. They have enrolled from a small company to the world's leading aerospace company in the last 20 years, launching cargo and astronauts at a rate comparable to national space agencies. NASA now trusts SpaceX with the lives of its astronauts in order to reach the International Space Station, relies on the company to supply the space station, and places its crucial research missions to their rockets. If Starship is successful in returning humans to the lunar surface, the public-private partnership model will be proven correct. So what do you think about Starship? Don't forget to share your thoughts and valuable feedback with us in the comments section below. That's all for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, make sure you share it with your friends and give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, subscribe to it and press that notification bell so you receive a notification each time we upload an interesting video on this channel. Thanks for watching this video. We will see you in the next video. Take care and stay tuned.